Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay, call the meeting to order. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do we have any additions or anything to the agenda?
Yes, I wouldn't mind an addition of just understanding where we're at with contracts for 2026, 7 year, as far as issuing them. And that might be in the staffing discussions,
Yeah,
maybe it is,
Okay.
it's
We
just
can talk
already
about it,
within
yeah.
that, okay.
Okay.
So maybe it doesn't require an addition.
Okay. Anything else? No? Okay.
Move to approve the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of approving the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Anything for public comment?
Nope.
Okay. Consent agenda. Anybody have any questions or concerns on the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second it.
Scare you?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Principal reports.
Okay, we did our student engagement survey in February. However, it was taken in a new platform this year, so we cannot pull data yet. We're still trying to figure that out. We were told it'll be on Insights, but that takes a long time for us to get data. So when we have that, I will get it to you. Our NDA Plus window opens on March 16th. So in Taylor, the 3rd and 4th graders will begin those assessments after spring break. So we'll wait until our long break. We are finishing parent-teacher conferences tonight, so I will have that attendance data for you after final numbers come in tonight. We received all of our review documentation of our Title I monitoring. We have that interview next week, Tuesday, the 17th. Yep, so we will have that. So we had to gather some more documents, so we're working to finish that stuff up. Looking ahead, I'm currently looking for one elementary teacher at TRE. No applicants at the moment that I'm aware of. Verbal interest is expressed, so we're just working on spreading the word. Misty and Jordan and I went to the DSU Career Fair last week. Unfortunately, on the elementary side, there are 3 total elementary teachers that are graduating this spring. There are 5 out of Bismarck. I've sent emails to 4 colleges, and just spreading word in as many ways as I can to get our positions filled. But I'm also going to be needing 1, possibly 2 paras for some coverage on preschoolers that we'll have moving into kindergarten. That, like right now, they're only half days, will be coming full. I'm currently filling a para position with a substitute as much as I can. So like this week we have 2 out of 5 days covered. So we're gonna need to look to fill those for next school year. I'm sure Misty may agree, but substitute teachers are another situation. So we're always advocating for people to get their sub license because we have a hard time filling. I've been subbing a lot because I can't fill classrooms anywhere. Just some building updates. I still don't have an update from HA. Did you get an update from HA Thompson and Sons on the humidifier on the stage? On the HVAC?
Well, last time I talked to them, they were very apologetic but
we were waiting on a part or something last you talked to them.
well, they said it was all in.
Okay, well, we still don't have a humidifier for the gym, so unless it got put in without my knowledge, but they haven't been there while I've been there. The fob system, I think Russ has some stuff coming up on the agenda, so I'll skip that. I also did talk to Russ about the playground drainage. I realize that it's winter and the ground is potentially frozen, so I realize that it's not going to drain the best, but it's actually worse than it was last year, and we just had it fixed. So I did have Russ send some pictures to Razor's Edge on that because it is like we're holding pools of water in places we didn't have pools of water before. So I'm not sure what that whole situation is about, but Russ did send them a message, so we're working on that also. February wrapped up our reading month. So first grade through fourth grade read a total of 43,336 minutes, and kindergarten students read 627 books. So the top 2 readers in each class got to silly string a staff member last week, so that was pretty fun. Mrs. Dorman seniors also came over to help us celebrate the end of reading month, and they read their electronic books to us, much against most of their wills. Mrs. Ravinius and Mrs. Redka are working on some things with the greenhouse. We have not been able to use it this winter because they had aphids so bad. So they're working with another school district to try to figure out how they use theirs and what we're missing to make that happen. But we have been able to receive the hydroponic grant. So that is in the lunchroom over in Taylor. So if you see a light glowing somewhere, the lights are off. It's just the hydroponic garden, but the students had lettuce from there last week, so they harvested their first batch of lettuce, so that was pretty cool. And then this week I got notified from the bank in Taylor that TRE was awarded $425 from the bank. They select a recipient each year that based on like how many accounts they have opened or something, and so this year the total was $425. So that went into the TRE something special projects account is where that $425 went. So any questions for me? Do you have any questions?
On the humidifier, is there a point where we need to find another option, go a different direction?
Who have we been talking to there? Like, who's the point of contact for that?
Do you remember his name?
Brian. Is
Yeah.
who I have been in contact with, but he no longer answers me. So
Well, like I said, they were very apologetic, and we'll get out there right away. And
yeah, and I've been talking to Corey at Denny's because they still have to come back and do something after the humidifier is in. So they also are patiently waiting for that stuff to get done as well.
because he said everything was in. Their concern was where the water is going to go, but they had that figured out.
Yeah, and we had that, I mean, that was back in October that they came out and like walked around with me, like we figured out the best option for where they should run it to go, and that was before school started, he was out.
Right.
But none of that has been done, so.
Maybe I could swing by there at some point next week. Bismarck.
Do we have funds held that they're still owed, or is it, this is just a open item that they?
It's just an open item. Yeah, I think we've already paid for it. Yeah, because we didn't know anything about it until Denny's reached out.
Yeah, I thought it was done. Like we thought everything was done, like the air was running, it was fine. And then Corey from Denny's had stopped to look at something else for me, and he was like, do you know when they're gonna put the humidifier in? And I was like, huh? What? And he was like, well, I have to finish X, Y, or Z. Is the humidifier in? And I was like, so he looked and he was like, no, nothing's there yet. And that was before Christmas, because he messaged me over Christmas wanting final things for company tax stuff, and nothing had been done at that time yet, so.
You're saying that they won't answer, you feel like they're just avoiding at this point too then?
Well, usually until I got Brian's direct contact information, you gotta go through the whole spiel, right? Like gotta start from the top, and then, so when he finally did call me the first time, I just saved his number. But now he won't answer when I call, and he doesn't answer when I send him a text message. So I don't know if he's even the contact anymore.
I think he might have left.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that
I know
that's
they've
even
had a lot of people quitting and going other places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's who you communicated with
I think we
last,
should
but
maybe reach out to Brad, I'm guessing. Brad Mann. I think he's one of the higher ups.
Okay. Are they on the school association's approved contractor, or, you know, I don't know, something? If we don't get resolved for long, we might want to contact them.
I'll explain my problem next week.
What's that?
I'll just stop by there next week.
Yeah.
Sit there till somebody talks to me.
Don't wait for Brian, apparently. He's not there.
Well, I don't know if I want to wait for Brian, but.
He's not answering me, but. That's all I have.
Okay.
We had conferences last week. We have some students, families, and teachers that are just doing some makeup conferences that could not come at that time. So I will also have conference attendance information for you next board meeting. She talked about a survey team that will pull our survey data as soon as we can. We had talked, this is easy, talked about the job fair. NDA Plus, we are starting the week after spring break also. No, I'm good, this is awesome. We are starting with our math and reading this month, and then next month we will be taking our science and our writing. So we're just splitting it up accordingly. Carrie Dorman will be having her career fair for our community and our students in our gym on April 29th. So that's coming up, and so if students or herself have reached out to you already or not, you might be getting calls regarding that, or if other people that you would like to suggest that you would like to see there, let me know, or Mrs. Dorman anyways. Student council for snow days next week, we'll be doing some resilience projects with the K through 6th grade. They'll be coming over to Taylor and in a certain time of the day, and then they'll come back and do 5th and 6th grade here. 9th through 12th grade will be going skating and bowling one afternoon. Senior trip, we have 16 students attending. They're doing the South Dakota Watiki Water Park and skiing. Some of them are not skiing. They will be going into Deadwood and doing some other things. But they leave on Friday the 13th this week, and they will be back Monday the 16th.
Maybe.
They looked at the weather.
We have, yes, we have. So at least they'll have fresh powder.
Well, yeah.
Maybe a little more than they want.
That should be good.
Well, but at least they have water park, if not.
Right.
I'm in the middle of high school scheduling. Right now, in between the juniors and the sophomores, seniors are done. So I'm just gonna get to the sophomores soon here, but after we go through scheduling, then I'll work with special ed, title, and the classroom teachers and decide if we need any pair assistants or if we're okay with what we have. So we'll go off of student numbers, of course, and we can talk about that at a later time. And of course, I think last time you shared the sad news that we are now looking for a science teacher because she's moving to Fargo. So that's all I have. Thanks for your help. And I do not have an AD report this time because they are all just working on schedules, and then we'll have to do a meeting with Myron.
Yep.
To finish schedules up.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Questions? Good, okay. We will move on to old business.
The Taylor Building access fobs, I kind of put everything onto one paper. Hopefully it can be better. ETS is the company that did the high school. They did all the electronics for the high school, the doors and such. Their first quote was for 4 doors. That'd be the west door, portable south door, portable north door, and the school north door. Doors 1 and 7 would have the intercoms to the main office. Viking class they don't replace the doors, they're just replacing the strikes and the strike power supplies. For door 6, they have to check out the fire alarm. If they need additional, it would be another $690. Fire alarm relay would also need to be installed if it isn't already. So their total $25,630 for the 4 doors. $5,960 was for Viking glass. So the total would be $31,590. Their quote 2 just takes out door 6. It still keeps door 1, 7, and 8. And that would be, forget about the Viking glass, that wouldn't be added because door 6 was off. So that would be the $22,680.
Is door 6 That's the one that like the kids,
That's
I mean,
by the
from-
bathrooms.
yeah, by the
Yeah.
front row, okay.
So I talking to Lindsay and some of the other people that would come in, I would rather have door 6 and not do door 8. Door 8 is the north side of the portable. That's just an emergency exit. We don't need to have a fob on that door. So if you're looking at 3 doors, it would, ETS's quote that 22,680 I think would be pretty close.
Russ, if we had the option of doing door 6 and not door 8, we'd have the $6,000 from Viking Glass as well, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it'd be actually 28,000. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep. And then caves. This is just doing the 3 doors, door 1, 7, and 6. Well, I guess the south door as well by the gym. The video for the office for door 1 is at $2,679. They wouldn't have to do anything else to door 1. They think anyway. And there again, though, if the fire alarm isn't set up right, then they would have to. That would be an addition. But I think it must be set up right.
I would sure think so.
Yeah. Door 7, that's video to the office, electronic door strike, access control reader. Door 6 would be mag locks, just like door 1. And then the south door would be mag locks as well. And then other access controller installation, everything would be that 5,000. So that'd be 23,856.83 for 4 doors. And then New Vision would be 3 doors, 1, 7, and 6. So not the south gym door. Access controller for the doors, the answering station in the office, locksmith, shipping expenses. Theirs came to $19,636. That $600 per year is a service contract. So if something breaks, something happens, that would cover the mileage, labor, and service call. We wouldn't have to pay anything if we did the $600 a year service contract, but that's optional.
So that's one less door though, right,
Correct.
than the others?
Correct.
This might be a dumb question, but what's an electric door strike?
It's where the latch goes into the frame. So when somebody uses the fob, it electronically brings the latch out so the door can open. And then the mag locks are like what's on there, where it's a big magnet at the top of the door. And when there's power to it, it keeps the door shut. And then the motion detector or the button will cut the power, which will release the door.
Okay.
What's the preference? What do you guys wanna do?
I'm leaning towards ETS just because that's what we have. So then it would go with what the high school has. It'd be one system together.
Are you thinking quote 2 on that one or quote 1?
I was thinking quote 2, but instead of door 8, do door 6. And he is getting a quote with that. He just didn't get it to me in time for today. But just guessing, like Jake said, I'm guessing it's gonna be around that 28,000.
How come ETS wants to change the door out and the other two say it's fine? For door
Well,
6?
they don't wanna change it out, they're just putting a different kind of strike. Instead of the mag lock, they're doing strikes And yeah, the other two are doing mag locks on that door.
Okay. See, you got 4 bids, but none of them are comparing apples to apples.
No.
Everyone's doing something a little bit different.
Yep. Yep.
So if the other two did it, they would be completely different systems?
Yeah,
So they couldn't tie into
right.
existing?
Yep. And one of them even, instead of using like these round fobs, it had like a credit card. It had a card system instead of a fob system.
So if we go with like the ETS, then like you, or we just have to have one,
Right.
or like anyone that needed to get.
Correct. Yep. And then each school can dictate what doors they want it to open.
That probably makes more sense.
Was ETS able to leave it as a maglock system and not have Viking glass involved in it, or is there?
They would leave door 1 as a mag lock. I could ask them if they to do door 6 as a mag lock.
Let's see what that would do to the price.
See if it
Also,
would lower it some.
what would it take? $6,000 off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Maybe if door 1 is our main entry, if the maglock works on that one, then why can't it work on door
Right.
6, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And not change the door out or the hardware or whatever.
Yeah, then you wouldn't have to have Viking glass do the strikes or anything.
No. Yeah, then at that point, you're down closer to the 22 range, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't feel like that one door on the portable would really be necessary if it's just that
No.
No,
emergency.
that north one for the emergency exit doesn't need heat pump, I don't think.
Would you still be notified if that door was open?
No.
Are you notified now if it's open?
Not at the elementary. That's what we're trying
Yeah.
to see if we can get that. At the high school we are.
So if you do door 8, then you'd be notified if any of the school doors at the school are open?
No, just the ones, it would be just those.
But if there's more doors than just that?
Yeah.
One that, okay.
Yeah.
How many more exit doors are there?
You'd have the ones on the southwest side where that little entryway is by Chelsea's office. On the south side, the gym doors. There's,
One up
Where's
by the
six?
boiler room, whatever number that
oh
is.
yeah, that door on the south side by the playground where the boiler room is.
So are we after the number of doors for access or for the information that it's open?
Access
For access.
is what we're focusing
Yeah,
on,
okay.
yeah.
I was just gonna say that I'm sure that we
Yeah, I
could
just didn't
look
know
at
if
some
it was-
sort of an alarm
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
else on those ones that
Right.
if we got concerned about
Yeah.
notification that it's open.
No.
They might be able to just put a sensor on them or
Right,
something. to-
yeah.
I mean, do we tentatively want to go with quote 2?
Well, I mean, it's up to- we don't know if they can do a maglock or whatever.
Well, I'm sure they can do it,
Yeah.
but
Why were they pushing so hard to not do it then? Or why was he bidding it to not do it?
he, because of the fire alarm, because then you have to hook it up to the fire alarm. So if the fire alarm is pulled, those doors need to automatically release
Okay.
so kids can get out. So it just have to be,
Where the strike is part of the internal push panic bar or what?
not if it's a mag lock.
Oh, right,
Right.
but the
yeah.
strike is part
Right,
of the.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
if it's
push-
the power strike, you
Right.
just push it and it'll open, just like our doors here.
Okay.
And in power outage, they fail open.
For mag locks, yeah.
for main locks.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're close enough that we're not getting hurt any direction, so. I like the idea of approving quote 2 with the authority to switch to the mag lock if it makes sense price wise.
And do door 6 instead of door 8.
Right.
Right.
So if they can't do that, do we want to say yes, then go ahead and go with the extra 6, or would that sway our decision at all? I mean, that's,
I'd be surprised if it would.
Have you guys had issues with ETS, like the doors, since we put them in here, or like has it been good?
No,
system?
yeah, it's been good. We've had issues, no, that's AVI, never mind. AVI doesn't show up.
I'll make a motion to accept the ETS quote 2 with the delegation authority to modify based on options of the mag lock.
okay, we have a motion, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries. Superintendent evaluation.
So I did call a couple other superintendents to see exactly how they do their evaluation, because we always have questions about how to do it. So, and what they all said is you, as a board, you know, would look through where everybody scored. And then for like number 1, general administration, we would need a motion of satisfactory or unsatisfactory just for that general administration. And then you do a roll call vote. And then you do fiscal management. You don't have to go through each one individually. You just satisfactory or unsatisfactory for fiscal management. And then a roll call vote. So we would need 7 motions, either satisfactory or unsatisfactory in each of the areas.
So the way we did it in the past, we went, so say start with me, area 1, general administration, then you know, satisfactory or unsatisfactory, and you go around the room.
Yeah.
And then you go to 2 and do the same thing. It wasn't a separate motion for each one.
Oh,
It was just, we would go through each one, and then if, you know, they were all either satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or whatever, then you make a motion to accept the,
yeah. They said you don't have a motion for the whole thing. Which kind of confused me too.
I thought we had to have one at the very end.
Yeah. I know you can't, you're not supposed to have a rating at the very end. Like you're not supposed to combine.
Yeah, it was either satisfactory or unsatisfactory.
Yeah. Jake, I forgot, I just emailed it to you.
Sounds good. I'll take a look at it.
I think Jake had to go on a call, he said.
Do we need to go 1 through 7, or which one do you wanna do?
Almost. So we need to do a motion for each one?
That's what they said.
Okay. So. General administration, I mean, do we wanna, how do you wanna? Just, I know we don't have to do each one, but so do we do satisfactory or unsatisfactory around the room, or how do?
It doesn't matter. Or I mean, that would, if someone makes a motion for satisfactory and then all the yes votes would be satisfactory, the no votes would be unsatisfactory.
Okay,
I'll move the mark general administration category satisfactory.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion carries. Fiscal management,
I'll move to mark fiscal management as satisfactory.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I'll move to mark policy implementation satisfactory.
Second.
You can go.
Get it mixed up a little bit.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Instructional program,
I'll move to mark instructional program as satisfactory.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public relations,
Move to mark public relations as satisfactory.
I'll second.
okay, we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Professionalism,
Move to mark professionalism as satisfactory.
I'll second.
we have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
I'll move to mark personal characteristics as satisfactory.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
You don't want a total on them?
So that's all we gotta do.
That's all, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Policies first readings.
GAACBR, that's the one that you had questions on about adding a board member to the review committee. I talked to the attorney at School Boards Association, and they said a board member on there, they would recommend not having a board member on there because if it went too farther, then the board member couldn't vote if they were already part of that group. So they recommend not having a board member there so then they can participate if it comes to the board.
But what? It would come to the board. Does it even come to the board? Is the committee just the end all be all?
No, the board approves it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the board has final.
But the actual complaint would. So can the board hear the complaint or just approve or?
The committee hears it first.
Right.
But then the decision is made by the board. The committee brings a recommendation to the board.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I move to approve GAACBR. Do I have to say anything else?
First reading.
First reading.
This was,
Second read, what is it?
this only needs one reading since it's a board regulation.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. AAA Philosophy of Public Schools.
Okay, the rest of these are recommended. They're not required. We can say no if we want to say no, but they're all recommended. So I'll tell you if we had an old one, and maybe that'll help. I don't know. So AAA, yes, we had an AAA in the past.
So can we, since these are recommended, can we change things we don't want in them?
Yep.
Okay.
And the one that we had in here is exactly what's on here. No, it's not. The one that we had has another section where it says we will. We will develop clear and focused academic and career goals for each student. Commit to creating and preserving a learning and working environment that promotes collaboration and is free from discrimination and harassment. Provide all students with opportunities to participate in a varied and rigorous curriculum. Have high standards and expectations for all students. Frequently monitor each student's learning and provide additional support for those that struggle. Was added on to the bottom of that one.
When was that adopted or how did that process?
February of '09.
Through the strategic plan, was there a philosophy of school in that strategic plan?
We did a new mission and vision, and
Yeah.
but
Not
not
necessarily a
not a
philosophy.
philosophy. No.
Have you ever seen the philosophy applied in any case, any application, or is it
Just along with the mission and vision. Really.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I guess my suggestion would be just have this be something that maybe we work on, whether it be similar to what was done with the strategic plan. To me, just adopting what we were handed by a school board association seems a little unauthentic anyway. I
Yep.
don't know if I have anything specifically within here that I completely disagree with, other than it's written very generic for that reason.
Right. No, I agree with you.
I think the things that were added on there were probably hit it more than,
Probably.
you know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it seemed like when kind of reading through this.
Can we just like table this one and either
Mhm.
like send it out to like the policy committee
Mhm.
or something to review and then bring it back?
Yep.
Or some, I don't know. And then attach that part so we can see that.
Absolutely, yep.
Okay, then we'll go on to AAB district goals and objectives.
We did not have an AAB in the past.
This one here to me just seems very odd. Alright, so if I just said to your district's goals and objectives and you read this, the district shall comply with approved requirements of the state law, that's how we start off. I don't think that as I became a board member, I thought, man, my goal is gonna be to comply with everything the state tells me to do. So I would just strike this one as something I wouldn't want to adopt. Not saying that goals and objectives, however, in the strategic plan, I thought it addressed, in my mind, what I'd like to see for goals and objectives, so.
Yeah, I think that, kind of right there, did more deeper dive on that. This is really
Right.
saying,
So do we need to have like a motion that we don't want that one?
No.
Or can we just, okay.
Nope.
okay, ABAA school district organization plan.
I don't see it in the old book. AB goes from AAC to ABAC.
Now, our reorganization plan from way back would have addressed this same
Right.
content, right?
Yep.
And I think we should at least be sure that it's not contradictory. And this also has implications, I don't know, I doubt they would see if the policy act, if there would ever be a problem, but when we put in our, well, I mean, basically our reimbursement to the state, right? That follows the same wording around the 633 versus the 624. Am I right, or does that even matter? Because there was some discussion on that around when we have the 4th and the 5th grade listed as, because right now we go 5th through 7th, is that middle school?
No,
No?
we have two elementary schools.
Okay.
One is pre-K through 4, the other one is 5 through 6.
That's what it is. Okay.
And then we have a junior high school, 7 through 12.
Okay.
So do we really even need this one as well?
Not with our reorganization plan.
Okay. Are we good to move on? Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. ABAB, school year and calendar.
Did not have this in policy.
You know, the only challenges I have with this one is it specifically says that the board shall schedule professional development days. I don't know if that should be required in policy.
No.
We kind of don't,
Right.
nor do I think we necessarily need to.
Unless
If it
it's,
said something like number of
Right, that's
professional
what I was just
development
gonna say,
days
yeah.
was in the negotiated agreement. So,
I mean, we do this, we just don't have a policy
yeah.
saying we do this.
I don't know. I don't think you would need this policy if you had a problem. If you had a principal in some, big enough district, you had a principal in some school that was doing their own rather than a
Right.
district level can't see that it would be an issue here.
Okay, good to move on.
I think that policy creates more problems than it solves.
Okay. ABA. Religious observance.
We also do not have this one.
If we don't have a policy like this, can we find ourselves in a situation where we're told, you gotta have school on Christmas because,
But I don't think they call it Christmas break, they call it winter break.
right? Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, does this policy serve, I guess that's the way I should just ask this, does this policy serve to protect the district and have the board say that we do get to determine these religious observances as a board? Or does it serve to, in other ways, restrict the board, if you will, on what we can call religious observances? I don't know. This language is pretty ambiguous. It doesn't really make sense to me which one of those it's addressing.
But on our calendar, I don't think we put anything as a particular religious holiday, correct?
Well, I think I did name it Christmas break.
I mean,
But-
Easter implies the religious.
Yeah, Good Friday.
Good Friday, you're not gonna, you know,
I mean, I think this goes with protecting the school, but I don't know, it doesn't go that far.
just reading it aloud. District schools may recognize holidays that are of a secular or a religious and secular nature. Observation of holidays that are religious and secular shall be done in an objective manner without sectarian indoctrination in accordance with the district's policy about teaching about religion and religious displays. Do we have any of that as far as policies about teaching religion or religious displays?
Yeah,
We do, yeah.
Yeah. To me, this is saying if you're gonna have a Christmas break, for example, in class, you're not gonna talk about, you can talk about Santa Claus, you can talk about that stuff, but you're not gonna talk about Christ per se.
But then also, does it open up for somebody else to say that's of a different religion to say, well, I wanted a break during this time?
They could.
Especially when it says like about like a large number of students are likely to be absent.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like the way this is written.
I think it can cause more problems.
Yeah, it's you know, because it's not, it almost implies, but it's not directly saying that the board sets the religious holidays. Or, so, worst case scenario, you adopt this and that's how it gets implied, and then a board changes to bring in a particular, or get rid of a particular religious holiday that the community wouldn't like, and or bring in one that again the community wouldn't care for, so. Shall be dismissed for holidays. Shall be, or you want to find it? Is there holidays that are required by state law?
Well, as part of the state law, there's, how many are there? 12 holidays, I think, and we have to pick 3 of them to have as holidays
Okay.
for the contract.
Okay.
Is there 12? Maybe 9. 9.
I don't like it.
Probably need something like that, but the way it's worded ain't the right one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what most of these are gonna be here? The policy committee didn't need to meet on any of these ones at all.
Maybe put this one on the list for the policy committe.
Yep.
Bring it down.
Okay, we'll go to AB-AR, extracurricular schedule.
Did not have this one either.
Do we have any policies that have to do with this?
We definitely do, because I remember seeing something about if you wanted to schedule an activity, there was more of like a procedure of how to do it, isn't there?
Yeah, well, and I guess that's what this is too,
Yeah.
in AR. So it's an administrative regulation. The board doesn't approve this. But yeah, we do have that where no activities after 6 on Wednesdays and,
Unless approved due to
right,
certain
yeah.
emergencies or preparations.
So this would be the policy that we need to adopt for that, what you just.
Or we would use, well, you wouldn't vote on it
Oh,
since it's a regulation. This is more for your information.
So then is this one that has to be used, but we don't?
No, we can keep using what we have.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we had issues with what we have?
No, and we rarely go past 6 p.m. on Wednesday.
Well, you just signed a contract that says we won't go past 6 a.m. with Hebron, so
Right.
that was directly in
Well,
there.
then you might need to
Yeah.
update that.
We did say though that without,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Administration.
Good to move on?
Yep.
ABBA.
We do have this one.
So I got a big X in it.
No, it was where it's in there.
Does ours, do you have ours?
Yep.
I mean, this one here seems, I had to Google some of the terms in it. Like, what's a e-hookah? Whatever that is. Like, honestly. And then, well, just saying. And then the other piece was, I struggle a little bit with, like, instructing our principals that if a kid brings watermelon big league chew, that they're gonna be, because this policy tied with the next one, it says that the consequence is a tobacco awareness program, right? So I don't think I'd want to saddle us with shredded bubble gum launching telling a kid he or she has to go into a tobacco program over it. So I do like the fact that it included vapes though, because
Yeah, that one
Without
is
that.
gonna be pretty old.
yeah.
09, I think it is again.
Do they make candy cigarettes anymore?
Mm-hmm.
They
You
do?
you can buy them online. I
Really?
think, Yeah.
No, I haven't seen them for years. I just read it. I'm like, I don't know if I've seen them.
In my mom's assisted living, one of their bingo gifts was a packet of candy cigarettes. She wanted to.
Why don't we just put this one on the policy committee too, and then we can
Okay,
bring it back.
Yeah.
maybe that's what we should do anyway. Try and decide which ones we want, which ones we don't want, and the ones we want will go through the policy committee.
Yeah,
Yeah, we definitely want a tobacco free.
Right.
I
yeah,
think
because
this one.
then we can
they
dig
need
through them a
updated.
little more and.
So is that going to be all the rest of them then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Just have the whole policy committee and bring them back.
Could do that too.
I mean, if that's what we're going to do, most of them anyway. But
Like the American with Disabilities Act, and that one seemed pretty straightforward to me. Computer software, operating materials, some of these we could in my mind, but it's just records retention was straightforward, resolution for record destruction, all the nutrition stuff I thought was pretty much fine. And I think the adult meals, we have to set the price there and that, or is that just a,
We usually do that in July.
Yeah, and then doesn't it have to be a certain amount higher or lower than, or certain amount higher?
Higher
what-
than the
Yeah.
student's lunch, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want, we'll just send them to the committee and we can move to new business.
I'm good with
Does that work?
does the committee have we still have to vote on it as a board?
Well, these ones aren't even, we're not even voting on them, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I think
these are optional.
if you bring your recommendation and say,
Okay.
hey, this
And
is
then we
what we
can-
looked at and this is what we're thinking.
Right.
Sure.
I don't see why we couldn't just be like,
Yeah, that works.
Right,
know?
yeah, you don't, if you don't want it, we don't have to vote on it at all. I mean, it wouldn't even have to come
and
back
if you see something where you're like, hey, we need to talk about this more, then.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else for old business? Okay, we'll move on to new business. 26-27 calendar.
After I sent it out, I did have a couple calls. One of them was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. The question was raised, should we have that day off for travel?
Or even an early out.
Or an early out on that day, yeah. If we did that day off, we would need to add a day somewhere, just to keep the 183 teacher contract days. If we did an early out, you wouldn't have to add another day. The other question that was raised was starting after Labor Day. And
Okay, help me out, when's Labor Day?
September
seventh.
7th.
the 7th.
Probably not gonna work this year, go after Labor Day.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be going into June then.
Yeah, anytime you start after Labor Day, you go into June.
Oh, September, August, I'm like,
I mean, I could see doing a few more days at the end of the school, because we got graduation on the 23rd. I don't know, to me it always felt odd to be out of school for several days and then graduate.
But then we start school the next Monday and finish
Yeah.
out the last week there. Start on the 24th of August and then finish out the week in May there.
Yeah. Yeah, because could equivalently say that starting for a few days doesn't. I mean, I guess it can help too.
Depends upon, like we usually have graduation on Memorial Weekend. 23rd is the weekend before. I've heard a lot of people that like that.
Like the Memorial Weekend?
Like to go the weekend before, so their Memorial Weekend is
Right.
where they can go to other graduations or whatever else.
state track is that weekend too, isn't it?
Yep,
This is a Sunday, right, the 23rd?
correct.
So that wouldn't affect that then,
No.
because there's no state track. 'Cause
Well, the people going to state track would have track after they graduated.
Right.
Right.
Well, no,
If they
20, is it the 20th, 21st, and 22nd is state track?
Oh. No, state track is Memorial Weekend, isn't it?
I have it on the calendar, I just took a picture of it today.
21st, 22nd, 23rd.
Oh, really? That's this year.
Oh, yeah, that is
Not
this year.
been published yet.
Yeah, no, that's this year, never mind.
So I think the 23rd's Memorial Day, right? This year.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so the seniors would be graduated before the state track meet next year.
Which, is that really gonna affect anything? No.
No.
We were always graduated before state track. Is October 16th, that's a professional development day, but is there a reason that it's that day, like? Cause we have that Friday off and then the next week is teachers convention. Like, could that be moved up a little bit towards either the beginning of October or something?
Like the 9th instead of 16th or the 2nd or something?
Yeah, like just cause it's a lot of, like, there's a lot of no breaks and then there's like a bunch of breaks.
Yeah.
Put it on the 21st,
That's
take a
what I
long
was just gonna
weekend.
say.
Yeah, or something like that, like.
I mean, we could do 2nd, 9th, or like you said, we could put it on the 21st.
Or the, yeah, let's say the 26th
Or the 26th. We kind of wanted to keep them on Fridays, because if those were the days where we're trying to do PD and stuff, we would try and keep that on the PD days on that same day. If that makes sense.
Say that one more time.
So if, one and I explained in the letter where Fridays we want the students to do different activities at 1:30, and then the teachers can do their PLC time, collaboration time, and we were thinking Fridays for that. And so that's why we wanted PD days on Fridays, so we wouldn't be doing that. The students wouldn't have to do it then because they're not in school.
I personally am not a fan of starting after Labor Day, just because you go to school into June. That just seems like late, but.
I mean, I'm not opposed to pushing it closer to Labor Day, but, because August, it always seems like it's nicer than it is in May.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd much rather go later in the spring and
Yeah, I
Not
don't wanna
start
go
sooner than
into
the fall.
June though.
and I mean, there's a whole extra week still at the end of May.
Yeah.
There's class
There's-
still.
Yeah,
A lot of times with
Usually
the student
Labor Day is
schools
not
and that,
that
that'll go
nice.
all of May anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, I can see that, making that change just to, with some of the feedback, to just grab a couple days out of August there and start the 24th. Okay, so 19th was not a PD day, but the 17th and 18th were
Right, 19th is the first day with
the
students.
first day, okay. Cause we only gained 2 days of, so we'd still, that'd get weird, wouldn't it? You'd have to find one more. Yeah, you could grab 2 days out of May, but you gotta find one more.
I know schools are starting earlier all the time. One reason is sports, because football and volleyball start early. And then, since schools are starting early, so then all of our ITV courses, so CDE, the RACT, CTCT, whatever it is, they start early. So the more we push it back, we're gonna have either students missing the first few days of class, or else having to log on before our school even starts.
Does that happen in the spring as well then? Do they go longer?
Our spring's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Us going after Christmas and coming back to finish first semester puts our kids back like a few days.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah, it just seems like it's always so much nicer in August than it is in May.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And then you're also, you think about cooling the school and everything else that goes along with it.
Right.
Is there any schools that don't have graduation on Sunday?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
there's some have it on Saturday, some have it on the
Friday
evening,
evenings.
Friday evening.
Yeah, mine was on like a Tuesday night at my school.
Yeah.
That's pretty asking what's normal around here, because it seems like it's always been Sunday.
Yeah. No, yeah, there's nothing saying it has to be on a Sunday.
Yeah, if you bump it back, like get graduation done before you start Memorial Weekend there, do it on the 26th, the 27th, middle of the week or something like that.
I think the only thing is you run into people coming for it
Mm-hmm.
at that point.
Right.
Cause yeah, I get the argument where they don't want it on the middle of a 3-day weekend.
Mhm.
Could do it on a Friday night though, when everybody's, I mean,
You still might have complaints with people
traveling.
traveling to get there on a weekday, on a Friday.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I'd try to stick with Saturday or Sunday, if possible.
Are seniors required to come to school the last week?
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah, it didn't used to be, but they changed the state law on that.
Oh, that's even on the state law though? Oh, yeah.
Well, with this calendar, how many extra days do you got in here versus what the minimum requirements are?
It's hard to say because minimum requirements are hours. So we have 171 student contact days. So 171, they figure 6 hours for student contact.
What if you did September 2nd to May 27th? And then had graduation on the 30th? Or the 29th?
The 29th, isn't that state track? I think it's Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, yeah. And that was the one I was talking about.
Just trying to help you out.
I'm just, now I'm looking at
Now
the
you're
box.
just throwing out all sorts of deals. What you're starting to say about contact days,
It's,
6 hours is.
We have 171 times 6 is 1,026 hours. And the required. Sorry, not 6 hours a day. We need 1,050 hours. And do we have an 8-hour day or 7.5?
It ends up to be 7.5,
So 171.
right?
We have to take out lunch though.
So that's 7?
It's actually like 6 hours and 50 minutes and what our day is.
Well, if we figure 7.
Well, now you just made it complicated.
I don't know.
That's 1,157. So it's 147 hours more than what's legally required.
I did the math a different way, so you're saying we need 1,050, and if we got 171 student contact days on the calendar right now, that's 6.14 hours a day.
Right, but our day is longer.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
So
how many
for
extra days
every-
is that?
I don't know if you want to consider them extra, but 21. When they went to hours, we were always warned don't shrink your year to the minimum, cause then the legislature's gonna up the minimum.
And I like that we don't, knock on wood, have to make up like.
Right.
Where's Jan?
I know, but I mean, if we have that many extra hours and snow days built in, I mean.
But I mean, we could take, we've got room to start the 24th of August and go through the 21st of May and not find that other day, is what you're saying. Because it just fits the calendar for the year.
Right.
When you say the 24th, you mean starting
The 24th of August, so that's
but not the
the
first day of
kids?
school. The first day of school counting as the 26th, correct?
no, I would say the first day of school, the 24, and then end on the 21st.
You know how many kindergarten parents are gonna hate us if we put
A
For a full week.
a 5-day
5-day
week
full
on
week.
that?
Well,
As a
that's-
teacher,
that's-
yeah.
It's not just a parent.
Because some of the feedback I get as well is,
Yeah, but that's a lot.
It's a full week is, yeah.
because some of the feedback I get too
Yeah, like, you
is
get
parents
one
where
concern
it's a
about
struggle to
students.
do these half weeks. Like they're planning their lives and vacation and time off work around, you know, a half day here and there. Friday seems to be the easiest, right? I mean, people just want to do that too, use my paid time off at work on a Friday, but, and I mean, I guess through the summer they have to have daycare and have to book it again, but I don't know. So there's kind of a, but kindergarten parents are saying just that big long week for kindergarten kids is just.
Yeah, we'd like to come to my
Don't
house
they
for
do
the first
that?
week of school, feel free.
Don't they do nap time
It's not
anymore?
just
What?
kindergarten,
Yeah,
it's all
I mean,
of them.
everybody is very
Yeah.
crabby.
Sure.
Seniors.
Yeah, that's a big adjustment going from summer break to a full week of school, in my opinion, but.
I mean, if it buys 3 more days in the fall, and like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to starting that week or like John said, or 2 later, but maybe
Let's
that's.
do it to the 26th for your start date.
It's either the 26th.
Well, where is there? Go to school for a snow day or 2.
Oh, right. I mean, are snow days really a thing anymore?
No.
No.
I mean,
do we have to align our calendars with Hebron now at this point then too, or what does that look like?
No.
no. School-wise, we would have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could get rid of the 2 snow days.
No, not Monday, not that Easter Monday, that one's nice to have.
No, yeah, it is off, but do you mean by getting rid of the snow days, you
Go to
attend
school
them?
those days,
Oh. Yeah,
Which one's Easter Monday?
yeah,
The 29th.
March 20th.
I think the community would not like not having Easter Monday off, when you got Easter Sunday and then you know.
What's the May 7th one then?
That's a snow day.
That's a what?
Snow day.
Oh, right. But what other holiday or what was that off for? Just
Yeah, but we've had.
to take a break?
Take a break, yeah. Opening date of football is August 7th. Their first contest is August 21st.
What if we would go to school on the 7th of May and then move the start date to the 26th like they said? And then just, hang on, I lost what I was saying. Cause then if we went to school the 7th, we'd need what, 2 more days then?
To do what?
If we go to school the 7th and moved our start date down, the 7th of May, and then moved our start date to the 26th, how many more days would we have to go longer than in May? If we took out that 1 snow day in May.
You'd have, I mean, if you wanted to keep the 171, you'd have to add 4 days.
Well, 3 after if we go. to
So
school
just
on
1 more after your 2 days of.
Well, you're not gonna get rid of
Cause you
That
go
Monday.
4, so you have to make it
The
4,
29th
she's talking
of
about going to
March.
school on the 7th,
Right.
so that'd be 3 left.
That one you're gonna wanna keep.
Cause you moved 5 days, later start, you took 2 on the end and then you grabbed a snow day, so you need 2 more to
So you
stay
could-
balanced.
Essentially be the 25th would be you could do the last day of school, correct?
Yeah, but then you'd have to go to graduation.
Do you have to though?
Well, we said we got
You can graduate a couple
47
days
extra
before.
hours already if we lose
Oh, yeah.
2 days,
Yeah.
taking 12 of your 47 away.
Have graduation on Wednesday.
Can't be after 6.
There's activity.
Let's see. Go to school, last day's the 21st of May. You go to school on the 7th of May. You start on, August 26th.
So start 26th of August and end
May
May 21st.
Yep. Graduation still be on the 23rd.
And go to school the 7th
Go
of
to
May.
school the 7th.
Cause then we're only losing like 7 hours of extra time, right?
And school on the 21st, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then graduation on the 23rd?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a lot to get ready for graduation in a short amount of time. There's always a couple students who are trying to finish and so they can graduate and
Oh,
That's prep them beforehand.
we do.
Yeah. That's the risk they're willing to take at that point if they're pushing it to the very end. They've had 12 years to figure it out.
I love it. It's fine.
Yeah, they'll be in class
He's
session.
mostly protecting our office ladies. It'll be fine.
well, what happens on graduation day that could get influenced by? You're telling me that a test on Friday the 21st could determine if a kid graduates or not?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Does it?
I bet it could.
Sometimes.
You're on
It's
the
for your
edge.
required classes.
Yeah. What if you do all your testing on the 20th and the 21st is just a cleanup day?
I can't imagine. I was a teacher.
Then
There's
we're
no
gonna-
way I'm testing
Then
on
you're
a
not gonna have
Friday.
students
That's
come.
The last day of
especially
school
if it's a
Friday.
You
core
get a lot of
class.
students
Come on.
coming.
That's
And
it.
then-
Decide if you can go to hours.
And then the board can come and help herd the sheep on a day when they're not required to do anything.
I'll get them in line.
Sounds like Dave and John are volunteering.
Some sort of committee we can put them on.
I would just like to start later in August, I guess.
Yeah.
What are you, a farmer? Wheat might not be in the bin by then.
No, I just don't like going to having kids go to school when it's 100 degrees outside.
And there's still a lot of stuff going on.
Do what now?
About the 29th.
No, I don't care.
What did she say?
Oh, that's that Easter money, that's why.
Yeah.
It's not helping us out, that would have given us 2 days back.
So are the yellow holidays are days you have to take off?
The ones with the asterisks are the ones the teachers get paid for. If you look in the middle, under holidays. So Labor Day, Veterans Day, and Good Friday are the contract days. The rest of them are just, I think we have to take them off, but they're not a paid day.
But you do have to take them off.
Yeah. So what's your goal? Start the 26th?
Mm-hmm.
So how about Lindsay, Misty and I will sit down, create another one that starts the 26th and gets us as close as we can to that 171 days. Do you still want to graduate on the 23rd, or do you want to go to Memorial Weekend?
I think the 23rd would be better, just because of like for parents that do have kids in state track and then are trying to prep for graduation at the same time, and then just because there are a lot of graduations around on the Memorial Day weekend, I think.
Okay, so then we'll do that. Keep the last day so we can graduate on the 23rd, and we want to start on the 26th.
And I think we should move that October 16th day around, so
Okay.
just because it's a lot right in the row.
And then a half day on the 25th, or early release or whatever of November.
You want an early release or a full day off? I mean, to me, if they're gonna use it for travel day, I would rather have a full day off than have a half day.
Right.
But it's not, oh, so it's travel day for families, but professional development for staff.
No.
If you move that, the blue.
And then
No,
on
November.
the fourth
Oh,
thing,
There's
you're looking
nothing
at
there.
November, I'm sorry, I
November.
thought you were talking about October.
Yeah, there's
November.
nothing there on the 25th.
Thanksgiving.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, and then we'll send it out.
Okay. Anything else on that before I move on? Okay. Tentative 26-27 budget.
Okay, let me get to. So I didn't even start into next year because I figured we want to see where we're at this year. So our current budget, so this is this year's budget. Revenue so far, we have local, county, state, federal. The first column of numbers is what we had budgeted. The next column of numbers is what we've either received or expended up through now. The percent of the budget, and then the balance of what money we're expecting to come in yet and what may not.
Could you do me a favor? For some reason, my SharePoint is locked down on me. Could you throw that in an email?
Yeah.
Quick? Yeah. Appreciate it. Sorry.
Where's that extra? I think that on there, is that the Dunn County one?
I don't know.
To date.
So we
Amber, what's that extra 200 grand in the other category there?
Dunn County.
That's the
I know, so,
one.
okay.
Oh, that's,
Did they send you the information for this year's? They should have just got that here. Right?
so that's not a negative, that's
Positive.
that's over the budget.
Mhm.
More than we were
what we got
budgeting
in.
Oh,
for.
what,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, it should be getting it. So right, the revenues are these first things, so that's, if there's parentheses, that's more money than what we were expecting. Expenditures are below. Parentheses are, we're spending more money than what we expected to spend. So if you look at the green line, total 1,822,003,137. That's what we're expecting to receive still from revenue. And then expenses, 1,921,410.10. That's what we're expecting to spend out still, according to what we budgeted. And that's a deficit spending of 99,378.73. And that's if everything stays exactly where the budget is, which it doesn't. One area we're concerned of course, is revenue county. That 540,000, that's oil. So we've gotten a little over 50%, but we only have about 3 months left of the year. So I'm doubting we're gonna get the full 540. So that will add to our deficit.
I don't know, with the way gas prices went up the last 2 weeks.
Nobody got any of it.
No, I know.
There's no trades. Yeah. Oh, we aren't gonna see much of that.
Well, does that, so that's based off of production?
It's a formula. I mean, it's a 5 month, if I remember right, rolling, the royalties the state sees is a 5 month rolling average of, that's how they're taxed, right? So yeah, I mean, in general, what you had for the last 6-8 months that affected that. I remember warning about this like 2 years ago, and everybody, it's not happened yet. Yeah, it's coming. Because you look at that price where you drop down to $50 a barrel, and production dropped below $1 million a day in the state. Yeah, now you're seeing that roll forward. You know, it takes about a year to realize the differential of what the market's seeing versus what comes in through the taxes. So
Sure.
So I think we'd be remiss to not budget. I think it's the bottom, but to not budget at about what we saw this year or slightly below.
Yeah.
You know, I think the state doesn't provide any guidance to districts on that. It's just see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably don't feel it like other districts do.
Or against the wall and see what
Got
sticks.
programs over it, yeah.
But that's not saying we're gonna expend everything we budgeted either. I mean, so it's not gonna be two negatives, I should say.
We're on track for food. That's amazing. Not that
Well-
it's a big item, but, you know,
Which one is like the buses in? Like the,
Buses come out of the general fund.
general?
And then if you follow down the next, like general fund, general fund checking, that's how much we currently have in checking. Our savings is at 501, 104. CDs are a little over what that is just because of interest. And then interest on the general fund is at 14,246. So if you add all those together, that's what gives you the 2,553,961. So if we add that to our estimated revenue, that's where we get the 4,375,992.73. But again, it's not going to be that high. And if we take that minus our estimated expenses of 2,454,000, minus the expenses is 2,454,000. And people would say that's like your ending fund balance. And that, again, that's if everything stays perfect. So in 2027, that's when the ending fund balance cap kicks back in. So July 1st of 2027. So that cap is 35% of your general fund expenditure plus $50,000.
How did they get to plus 50,000?
I have no idea.
Such a strange,
All
just
useful, yeah.
yeah, such a strange number to me.
I think it's to add a little bit more for those really tiny schools that don't have a lot of expenses, but they still might need enough ending fund balance to replace a boiler or
Right.
whatever it may be. So 35% of that 5,229,000 plus 50,000 is at 1,880,000, and so you would say that's where our cap is. So if everything is perfect, if we take what our ending fund balance is at 2.4 minus the 1.8, that'd be an estimated overage of 574. But it's not gonna be near that much.
Somewhere around $500,000 though, probably.
That'd be good if it was, but
If it was.
I'm thinking more 3,300.
Oh, really? Just the oil.
Just the oil.
Oil alone is
Yeah.
gonna get us, okay, yeah.
I mean, and I'm looking 2 years, not this year. It's not
Right.
gonna be that
Yeah,
much,
yeah.
but yeah.
No, I get you.
Yeah, 2 years down the road.
Okay.
So I guess knowing that is where we're gonna have to start our budget then and really focus on not overspending.
Okay, can you explain the estimated overage? Is it like, that's spending, explain that.
It's the 2.4
Yeah,
million minus the cap, the ending fund balance cap. So we're 574,000 over what our cap would be. So if our cap was in place right now, we would have to spend that money or we would lose that much in state aid.
okay,
So there used to be, this was just before COVID, right?
Right.
So before COVID, there was a cap. You could only carry over 35% plus 50,000,
okay. I think I understand it better.
but that has been gone for.
Yeah, since COVID, because everybody had this influx of COVID money, and if they kept the cap on there, you'd have to spend it all in that first year.
Okay.
For next year's budget, weren't we looking at getting one more bus anyway?
Yeah,
No, it was every other year we were trying to get a new one.
that was what we had talked about.
Well, for how our buses are running, we probably should.
Yeah, I mean, to me, in the end, that seems pretty comfortable. It's not like we gotta do anything knee-jerk over it. We'll find a way to have that be kinda right before.
If we needed to spend a few dollars at the end there, you buy an extra bus or whatever. We'll find something to spend money on.
Yep.
There's always something.
Yeah.
So that was the budget stuff.
Anybody have any questions on that? Good. Okay, move on to resignations.
Okay, we have 2. The first one is for 4th grade, Mrs. Gullickson. She states, after considerable consideration, I am resigning my position as a 4th grade teacher for Taylor Richardton Elementary. I would like to thank you for the opportunity to work for the district, but have decided to fully retire. I'm giving you the opportunity to fill my position to begin a search to fill the vacancy that will take place at the end of the 25-26 school year. And then the next one is high school science with Miss Frank. It is with great sadness to formally submit my resignation for my position as science teacher, ND Honor Society advisor, and student council advisor. I will unfortunately not renew my contract after the 25-26 school year. It is time for me to move on and start a family in the Fargo area. While I never thought I would leave, I have thoroughly enjoyed the last several years with the Richardton-Taylor School District. So, So we would just need motions on those.
Did we, so we can start, issuing new contracts March,
They're already out.
they're out, oh,
Yep.
nice work, good deal.
Yep.
And, we also had in the negotiated agreement, if we haven't seen a resignation by now, they forfeited the payout of time off, is that right?
The $500.
The 500, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yep, and that was March 1st.
Okay.
So, and these two had them in before the March 1st.
Fair enough. Well, I'll make a motion to post the 4th grade and the high school science position.
So we
We
need
need to
to
accept the
Oh,
resignation.
accept them, yeah.
Motion to accept the resignations.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
And then those, as soon as we get the resignations, we post them.
Oh, you do? Okay,
Yep.
fair enough. Good
So
deal.
they're out there.
How's that looking? Any bites or anything?
We've heard rumors, like Lindsay had said, we've talked to a couple people who sounded interested, but they haven't sent us anything yet.
I'm sorry.
Is there any sort of service or something we can do to try to get some attention and get some candidates or, you know,
Well, we belong to job service,
okay,
so it's posted there. We belong to Ed Jobs or ND Ed Jobs, Ed Jobs ND, and it's posted there. We don't do Indeed or any of
Okay.
those.
do other districts do that? Do we know of any districts that have been having?
No, not really. Posted on our website.
Do you know what the cost is on those, like the Indeeds and those kind of things?
I'm not sure.
Indeed is free if you don't want like your ad to go up all the time, and if you don't print off their resume, it's free. You just call their number. But if you do that, then you have to pay.
What do kids these days look at for a job? I mean, what do we?
LinkedIn, probably.
LinkedIn? I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Well, and like Lindsay said too, we reach out to the colleges, and the colleges talk to the fresh graduates and tell
What
us.
about like the bordering states colleges too? And is that something that's even worth pursuing, or is it kind of a?
South Dakota don't pay very good, by the way. So.
Yeah.
I did send one to visit Black Hills State.
Okay.
They were gonna post on their social media platforms, and I just did the 3 positions that I know right now.
Yeah.
And then I did UMary, Valley City, DSU, and Minot, and then Black Hills State.
I mean, is it worth reaching out to further into Montana, Minnesota, South Dakota?
I think anything's worth it
I mean,
right now.
to just
Yeah.
Yeah, when we have.
Is it worth telling the
Our
state to
closest
step
one is
up and stop
30.
passing laws about bubble gum and get us a recruiting deal? I mean,
Yes,
you know, that's
it'll be
a,
worth it.
yeah, this is ridiculous. I
mean, every school is the same boat we are.
well, that's to my point,
Yeah.
right? But, I mean, I question what we're doing to try. I mean, it's gotta be just doing the same.
Right.
It's obviously gonna give us the same results, right? So, yeah.
Like Margaret's, like you said, there's not kids that are going into elementary ed. You had 3 graduating out of Dickinson was all what size of the classes used to be 20, 30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, it wouldn't be weird to get 50 apps.
Mm-hmm.
Right before our career table, I was in the room for their lecture before their career fair, and there was probably only 24 total in the whole room, and they were seniors and juniors.
Yeah. Well, I know well, maybe they don't. I don't know how much the colleges prepare them, but I know when I was first looking, I would go to each state and see if they had state openings or whatever to, if I'm interested in going there, but I don't know if students are doing that anymore. Or if they're waiting for people to come to them.
If it's not online, they're probably not doing it.
Right.
Start advertising on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be some way to.
Make a video.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That's not a bad idea.
We'll make Jordan do it.
She's good at that.
She'll have it
That's
done
really not a
tomorrow.
bad idea.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. Make a marketing video and
Yeah, she did share it out on Facebook and on like our Facebook page,
Yeah.
like everybody's sharing it, like that seems to spread pretty fast, but you gotta get it in the eyes of the right people.
My daughter told me only old people are on Facebook.
Oh. TikTok it is.
It's Instagram and TikTok.
TikTok it is. Do we have an Instagram? Tell Jordan to put it on Instagram.
we do, we have
We
Insta.
have Instagram.
I got told the same thing last night too.
Oh my
Only old people are on Facebook.
I hear the kids say that all the time, every day.
Okay,
Really.
good to know.
TikTok and Instagram. Jordan will have to post it.
All right, staffing discussions.
We pretty much talked about that during the principal reports. The only other thing was what Damien brought up. We've
Oh, yeah.
gotten quite a few contracts back,
How many? About 10.
and they were sent out last week.
Yep, on the 2nd.
Okay. And when were they due by?
31st.
Okay.
So it seems like there's been a lot of turnover of paras this year. Are we doing like exit interviews or anything? Like, do we know why they're leaving? Like, is it pay? Is it like what?
I'll tell you why mine are leaving. Bay.
Yeah.
Like, is there something we can do? Because I mean, we've lost a lot of. I don't know about the high school. Like, I don't know a lot of the paras over here or the ones that have left. But like, it seems like we've lost a lot of good ones in elementary school for sure. And they're like a super vital part of.
Yeah, high school hasn't lost any during the year. We are losing one though for next year. But yeah, for all the ones that have left through halfway through the year, whatever it's been, they have a different job that pays more, and that is 12 months. It's not just 9 months.
Instead of doing 2 jobs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know, I feel like that's something we probably should look at as a board at some point, or, because, I mean, that's a lot of turnover just this year.
And we do have interest in those positions as well, but the discussions around that have been based on pay, like asking what that's going to look like. So
Can you ask the question, what does it take?
I did on one of them.
What's it look like for like a percentage?
Well, for a single person that's trying to make it themselves, it's gotta be over 20.
Okay.
Like she told me 22 to 24.
Where are we at now?
We start at
We started 1625.
1625.
So we're talking, cause are they 8-hour days?
pretty close.
7
We're trying to
Oh, we
get
make
it
them
at
clock.
7.5 because they clock out for
Yeah.
lunch.
I mean, there's a lot of jobs.
Do they
that-
clock out? I mean, do they truly clock, like, not available during lunch? Or do they clock out and then they're still
No, they're supposed to
I
clock
mean,
out.
mine take
and
their lunch.
not be
I guess.
available.
not
Yeah.
available?
Ours take their
Yeah.
lunch.
Okay.
Like they have their,
During
and I mean, there are times where they'll eat in the lunchroom with the kids because we're short paras or
Okay.
whatever, but majority of the time they clock out for their 30 minutes
Okay.
of lunch.
I mean, being a para is a lot of work, like a lot of work. You could, I don't know if that para said, or that applicant said, what, 22 to 24? You could probably find a job for 22 to 24, that's a lot less work, or,
What do we pay our subs?
Our para subs or our teacher subs?
Teacher sub, like certified subs or whatever?
Oh, that's that weird thing.
$150 a day.
It's like, well, it's like, yeah, it's a percentage. I think right now it's based off the base, so it's like 156, 87 cents a day or something like that.
I can't do that right now.
It comes to a little over $20 like an hour.
Okay. Is there a process we could do to help some of the pairs get certified to be subs? 'Cause it seems like we got a sub shortage also, right? And then they'd be making more.
Yeah, the issue comes when you pull a para to sub, then you're short a para. So if you can't get a para sub, then you're running short anyway. So it's a vicious cycle. I don't know how to, I mean, the two of my pairs that left were sub-certified. So like I could pull them and then get para coverage. Now I have one para that's sub-certified, but we're running short paras all the time, so it's very hard to pull her when I
do we have
know
any
I want
idea
para
what
support.
our current para yearly cost is kind of sitting at? Can we do some rough math?
Oh, I stopped sharing.
I mean, I'm getting somewhere around 24,000 a year. Does that make sense? Based on, I was hearing 183, 7.5 hours a day, 1675. But I suppose we average probably closer to 20.
Yeah, some of them are
Yeah.
up there.
And they do get the benefits, like the cash option.
Oh, right. Okay. That's 8.
For classified staff, like a 9-month staff, it's like 60, like 400.
Oh, okay.
That above, that's what it amounts to.
Last year, 24-25 school year, with our paras, trying to see, it was 392,000 was just salaries. $392,456. Benefits on top of that was another $105,366. This year, our para, it was a little bit less because we were going with fewer paras. We were at $309,244 just in salaries. And our lowest is 1625. Our highest is 2018.
Around 1800. So the ask is even higher than what our highest. Is that huh? Was that based on just a need, or was that some type of comparison? Like,
It's what she went to work for.
okay,
Like, so to make it work for her,
okay,
to not work where she currently is and come back as a para, like it's a para I had that wants to come back but can't make it work financially being a single person trying to make a living on her own.
does the state report, it doesn't include anything on paras, we don't know
No.
how that looks relative, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pay, it went around Southwest superintendents, and we pay pretty good actually compared to other schools.
Yeah.
Which doesn't, I mean, it's still low.
Well,
I mean,
right, yeah.
It doesn't mean it's enough, but.
How's that compared to, you got it broke down for like teacher salary, obviously their salary, but roughly per hour what a teacher makes?
It's gonna be somewhere twice that, somewhere around 30, 35 to, it's gonna be where it's gonna be, just looking at comparing the numbers there,
Okay.
what's your total, so. Which, I mean, I got a college degree and there.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, I
they should
don't
be
know if I
making more.
even wanna try to compare it to a teacher. I mean, you brought up a good point though around an incentive program to work towards teaching. do we have, I'm assuming we have that conversation.
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah, and we have some pairs
got
that
a
are
couple.
working towards it.
Yeah, most of mine will be all subs by the end of the year, if not already.
Right.
I'd say the average teacher pay is around that 49,000. So if you figured that. About $38 an hour.
I imagine that just out of, I suppose there would be an equity situation where we can't pay, we'd have to justify our pay, huh? We can't add a bonus for hiring on or for a certain position pay differential on, or is it, there's no scale, I'm imagining, for paras, it's just.
No.
You know,
Yeah, no, you could do what pairs, you could do pretty much what
whatever works.
you need to, yeah.
Did either of those pairs, did they already tell you no? That you said you interviewed too, or not?
I didn't interview any parents yet.
Oh, okay.
We haven't had any apps.
Just been talking to people.
Okay.
Nobody that's applied.
Okay, anything else on staffing discussions? Okay, we'll move on to open enrollments.
We have 3.
No stash.
I think Misty's still home. This one, I wasn't sure, this is the Erdl that doesn't have a grade level. Will be kindergarten? Okay. So, from the Hebron School District. And that's for next year, yeah. And then we have Hetzel, will be a first grader next year. And they're from the Dickinson District. And we have Rodriguez. They are moving up. They're gonna start this year, next week, week after.
I thought next weekend.
5th grader, moving to Gladstone, so it's coming from the Dickinson District.
Do we have room?
Yes, there, yes.
Or grab kindergarten for next year. And this family actually already has students in district.
Hmm.
Okay, that's here.
Move to approve the open enrollments.
Do we have to do them individually or can we do them all as one? We can.
You can put them all together.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. RACTC report,
I wasn't in the wake meeting.
WERC report.
Just, they're still focusing on the summer para substitute teacher training. That's gonna be held in Watford City. There isn't, they're helping schools out, that's who we go through for our e-health, or did anyway. And so they're helping schools out with that. So that's about all they talked about.
Okay, next meeting, March 11th.
No,
No,
April 8th,
yeah, like I said, I don't even know what day it is.
April 8th,
April 8th.
and still at 6.
I don't know what month it is.
Really better sign up for TikTok and get your monster right.
Okay, next meeting, April 8th at 6.
You voted in July not to move it to 7 until June. So June, July, and August are the 7 PM meeting times.
All right, meeting adjourned.